In a striking revelation, a former attorney for Donald Trump has asserted that the recent indictment of ex-FBI Director James Comey is part of a deliberate strategy by the former president to manipulate historical narratives to his advantage. Ty Cobb, who previously represented Trump during the Mueller investigation into alleged Russian collusion with his 2016 campaign, expressed his concerns during a Sunday interview on CBS's Face the Nation. He warned that this move is just the beginning of a broader campaign of retribution against Trump's political adversaries. Cobb articulated his belief that the indictment against Comey, which accuses him of lying to Congress, is fundamentally flawed and unlikely to result in a conviction if it ever reaches a courtroom. He characterized Trump's actions as entirely unconstitutional and authoritarian, suggesting that they are aimed at misleading future generations about the former president's actions, including his role in inciting a violent insurrection, his refusal to peacefully transfer power after losing the election, and his mishandling of classified documents. Trump aims to rewrite history so that future generations may not recognize that he was involved in a violent insurrection, that he failed to transfer presidential power peacefully after losing an election, and that he mishandled classified documents, showing them off to friends and guests at Mar-a-Lago, Cobb stated emphatically. He further emphasized that Trump is a convicted felon and warned that anyone who has crossed him could be in serious jeopardy. Cobb, who shares a name with the famous baseball player, has become increasingly vocal in his criticism of Trump since his tenure as a liaison to special counsel Robert Mueller. He explained that his position as a lawyer for the administration, rather than as Trump's personal attorney, allows him to speak more freely about the unfolding events. He criticized Trump's decision to appoint a White House aide with no prosecutorial experience to pursue the case against Comey, especially after dismissing a federal prosecutor who refused to file charges. This is part of the effort to rewrite history. The U.S. attorney Trump appointed, his personal lawyer Lindsay Halligan, previously worked on trying to eliminate the narrative that America had slaves at the Smithsonian, Cobb noted. Her role was to sanitize the historical record and present America in a light that is not entirely accurate. It's crucial for America to learn from its past mistakes, and one of the gravest errors was re-electing President Trump. Having witnessed the inner workings of Trump's first term, Cobb has become a sought-after commentator on the current political landscape, and he expressed his discontent with what he sees unfolding. He referenced former Attorney General Robert Jackson, who during the Nuremberg trials emphasized that the Justice Department should not target individuals, but rather focus on prosecuting crimes. Cobb lamented that current Attorney General Pam Bondi has strayed from this principle, now seemingly acting on Trump's orders to prosecute my enemies. Despite the indictment against Comey, Cobb believes the case is weak and likely to fail. He pointed out that the grand jury dismissed one of the charges and approved the others by a narrow margin, highlighting the difference between the grand jury's probable cause standard and the requirement for a unanimous decision from a jury of 12 in a trial setting. I don't foresee any scenario in which Comey will be convicted, given the unconstitutional and authoritarian nature of this indictment. There's a strong possibility that the case could be dismissed before it even reaches trial, he asserted. In a separate development, Kash Patel, the FBI director appointed by Trump, contradicted the former president's recent claim on social media that nearly 275 FBI agents were embedded among the pro-Trump rioters during the January 6 Capitol attack. Patel clarified that FBI agents were only deployed to the scene after the mob had already breached the Capitol, emphasizing that this was not the appropriate role for FBI agents. In another peculiar incident, Trump posted and then quickly deleted an AI-generated video in which he promoted fantastical medical beds that a far-right conspiracy claims can cure any ailment. The video featured Trump endorsing a card that supposedly grants access to new hospitals equipped with these miraculous beds. This series of events raises significant questions about the intersection of politics and justice in America today. Are we witnessing a dangerous precedent where historical narratives can be rewritten for political gain? What are your thoughts on the implications of these actions? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments.